So in this Baddies USA episode, there was Krishan talking to Lex about, she was talking about Lex and Dolly on the sideline, basically trying to make it seem like she wasn't. She was like, yeah, my sister was trying to fight Summer, and nobody, that like, she didn't say that trio shit, but she was basically saying that teaming up shit that you see is fake. They're really not for each other or whatever. And Lex was talking about, who you talking about? Like, girl, what are you talking about? She's talking about, oh, y'all, da-da-da-da. And Lex said, well, you're directing that towards me because you said something about my sister fighting Summer. So you're talking about me and Dolly. So I'm going to address you. And Krishan was like, I wasn't talking about you. You're lying. You're trying to be manipulative. You're trying to backpedal on what the fuck you were saying. Say what you got to say. If you're talking about Lex, then you must be talking about Dolly then, because you got to be talking about one of them too, or both of them. I'm talking about all of y'all. So let her address it. What are you talking about? Because she was, I guess Krishan was basically saying that everybody be jumping. No. That's not what be going on. I never seen Lex jump with Summer unless they had fought Scotty at that reunion that one time, but I don't think that was a jump because Lex didn't put her hands on her. The only person that put her hands on Scotty was Dolly. Dolly and Summer jumped Scotty. Other than that, Lex jumps in Summer's fights when Summer can't handle her, like when it's a 2-on-1. When it's a jump being had. That's the only time she helps Summer. That's the only time I've seen Lex help Summer. So don't try to make up this narrative and try to make it seem like that Lex just be jumping in Summer's fights. Summer is the one that jumps in their fights. Dolly fought Pretty P because she was trying to bully Summer. Yes, that's true. But Summer started that shit with Tasiki, so Dolly and Lex know that Summer was wrong in the situation, speaking on things that she had no business speaking on. So if you wouldn't speak on things that you had no business speaking on, and I'm not with those principles that you are standing on, I'm gonna let you fight your battles on your own. I totally understand that. I could totally understand what they're getting at. I went ahead and did that because if you fight my homegirl, that's my homegirl. At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to beat the fuck out of you. But I can understand the side that Lex and Dolly stood on, because these are principles about molestation and sexual abuse and all types of shit that Summer has spoke on. So you have to fight that battle on your own. And not only are you not fighting your battle, you're walking away from the fight. So it's just like, and then Lex was still trying to break it up. Lex was in the middle of Tasiki and Summer. Lex put her hand in front of Tasiki. You never see nobody do that. So don't ever act like so. And then Tasiki, when Tasiki was trying to get at Summer, Dolly in the background, you could see Dolly saying like, nah, Tasiki, come on now, just let it go. It's not nothing to be. You did what you did. Let it go. It's over with. That's what Dolly said. So don't be acting like they so scary of whoever, because the only person that usually jump out the group is Summer. And y'all keep trying to make up these fake narratives because y'all don't like the big three. Y'all don't like the big three. That's okay. I'm going to address next week. I don't know what happens next week until I see it, but what's going on that kind of makes sense to me on what happened. But I'm going to address that next week. Now, Krishan is very much a troublemaker because she got to saying, oh, y'all usually jump, but if I would have jumped in, you didn't jump in. You didn't jump in anything. You didn't make a move. You didn't do anything. You didn't make not one step towards Summer. We didn't see you do a motherfuck thing. You keep trying. First of all, you were trying to get Lex to jump your sister. What sense do that make? You're trying to flip the narrative and say that Lex should be jumping in your sister's fight. You were trying to set your sister up again, basically. And that's one thing that y'all ain't realizing. She was really trying to set her sister up. But I guess she was trying to set her sister up so she could be able to jump in it, which don't make the motherfucking sense. If you want to fight somebody, just call out the fade. And y'all saying now when she was saying you have the floor to talk, she was telling us she had the floor to talk. She does have the floor to talk, and she was talking. That's what she was saying. You got the floor. She wasn't saying get out in the field. That's not what that means. You have the floor means you have the floor to speak. And Lex was taking that floor. You saying everybody wants some clout, bitch. You the one who wants some fucking clout. You the one who didn't want to squabble. For real. You the one standing in the middle where everybody's fucking fights. I'm not gonna lie to you. Krishan was so annoying this motherfucking episode. I realized how much I don't like that girl. She brought Morris to the motherfucking to the cookout, knowing damn well Tasika don't fuck with her. And they sorted out that shit with Tasiki. And I don't understand. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like Tasiki either. I don't like Tasiki, I don't like Anna, I don't like Biggie, and I don't like Mariah Lynn. Biggie, Mariah Lynn, and Anna seem like just followers after Tasiki because Tasiki can fight. Them bitches are the three musketeers behind Tasiki. Minions. That's what we gonna call them. We gonna call them bitches lapdogs. If you wanna call anybody a lapdog, let's call Mariah out, Anna Mac out, and let's call Biggie out. Them bitches is lapdogs. I'm just standing behind Tasiki. I'm just standing behind Tasiki because my friend be going, no, bitch. I'm not sitting behind anybody. I'm gonna stand beside you. It's a difference. It's a difference. I don't fuck with them. And I feel like Tasiki was doing too much when she found out Marshall was there. She do a lot. She's overly hyped. I guess I'm talking about the whole motherfucking episode, huh? Tinka sneaking Dolly was redundant. It didn't make any sense. You should have just got that one up. You didn't even do shit. You just pulled her fucking wig off. That wasn't nothing. I guess you had to make it seem like it was something for the cameras. Tanisha and Rolly, I basically skipped over that. It didn't make any fucking sense to me on what was going on. And then Krishan tried to put her 2 cents in and talking about how Tanisha was lying about something. And Tanisha totally ignored Krishan because Krishan, you're fucking annoying. You don't know what the fuck you be talking about. You just be talking. You just run off at the mouth and you want some clout. Like how you explain how everybody else do. Huh? And what else happened? That was basically it. Dolly beat the fuck out of Tinka. And Tinka kind of low-key deserved that. I'm not going to hold you. Tink, you deserved that because back at Midwest, you were storing confusion. You were a troublemaker. You started all that shit, and you were trying to stir up shit. You were a troublemaker. And you kept on talking shit about Dolly behind her motherfucking back instead of saying it to her face. You had so much to say in confessionals where you had so much to say when Dolly was downstairs. You talk about, oh, I thought that was Dolly who do something. Nah, bitch. Now Dolly beat the fuck out you. You deserve that ass whooping. I like you, Tink. I did until you started that shit with Tommy, but hey, maybe you changed. I did like you though. Smiley versus Biggie. It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do feel like they deserved that fade though, because if Smiley was really talking about Biggie's dead boyfriend, she needed her ass whooped. And they said Smiley done died again. They said Smiley done crushed over and died again. They said fell out. I don't know if that. I think she did ended up having a seizure, but I think it was like stress based because of the anxiety of it all. It was a lot going on. It was a lot of issues at hand. There was a lot of things, just a lot of motherfuckers just ripping and running and fighting and squabbling. It was a lot going on. I do think Biggie beat the fuck out of Smiley. And then Anna Mac turned around and smacked Smiley for no fucking reason. I don't know what she did that for, but hey, whatever, Anna. I do think Anna, Smiley, you should have fucked Anna up. Smiley, you need that. You need your ones, honey. Beat the fuck out of Anna. And they would not let Gretch fight Anna one-on-one. I don't care what nobody say. Every single time Gretch tried to fight Anna, security was in the way, Tasiki was in the way, Krishan was in the way. Those were jumps. I don't go fucking nobody. That was a jump. They jumped Gretchen, basically. And that's why Gretchen got them knots on her head. Gretchen's head was fucked up, child. I'm so happy Nelly was in this episode because she don't need to be here. And they said they're looking for somebody else to be running Baddies. I don't blame them. I'm sick of Natalie's ass. They need somebody. I guess Rolly's basically running it any motherfucking way. Rolly's basically the team leader. And they probably wanted Tommy to run the shit. But Tommy's is a wild girl, so we're going to see what happens the rest of the season. Thank you for watching. I really don't got no favorites this season. I still love Dolly. Lex is still cool in my book. I respect Summer because Summer always stands on what she say. But I don't like how she was saying, get this bitch away from me. Nah, Summer, fight that big bitch. Fight Tixiki. You said you had so much to say about her fighter. I love when you speak on your shit, Summer, but I love it when you back it up more. I'm not gonna say you're gonna win the fight, but bitch, don't say get this bitch away from me. Nah, fight the bitch. And then run up on her first before she gets you. Do what you gotta do. If you talking shit. If you ain't talking shit, then... But you was talking shit, Summer, so... You deserve the fight. That fight was big, too. That wasn't even anything. This shit was dragged out, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Mm.